Good evening, everyone. It's Tommy Ball here for Grobnik. So we're just into practice. The guys are still just entering the entering the practice session. So we shall get in, and I'll need to go in and just quickly take off my tags and swap things around, as it somehow seems to be saving things over things. Just get a little bit of housekeeping done. A little bit on the hairy side. Should do for the race. Leave the virtual mirror on so that we can see inside just how close folk are getting. As we're just going round, as no one has set a time yet. I think that earlier on there was guys getting into the 226s on a particularly demanding track. We'll stick with one of the faster guys. Flat Earth one was in the 26s. He's getting a little bit tangled up with the hind eye back there. It is practice, so I think they may just be playing more with their setups and testing the limits of the cars, and hopefully not how much they bounce off each other. Unfortunately, we do have a white Peugeot behind, so one of the skins hasn't loaded, unfortunately, unless they are going for that ghostly look. As you see the times coming in, don't worry, they will get a little bit faster than that as the Alpha is turned into a bit of a lawnmower there again. It's all practice. Nothing to worry about yet. I have been warned by some of the other drivers just to watch out for turn 1, as it is a little bit off a tight corner, and they think that that's where all the action's going to happen. It's a pretty impressive corner there, as it kind of slid in there on 2 wheels. Daniel's in the chat there, how you doing? Hope you're enjoying your party, missing out on some furious racing tonight. Right, so I'm just still adjusting as one of the, I got a message just saying my comms are a little bit quiet there. I just want to make sure that everything's all nice and clear for the race. And hopefully I'll get a message just to say that the comms are all okay. So, as we've got a Hyundai which is doing donuts at the side of the track. Now, hopefully I want to practice a wee bit for the race rather than what he's doing there, but yeah, he's enjoying himself. Obviously me. So we just follow this Peugeot around. So unfortunately the skin hasn't loaded. I think this is one of the newer teams that's just updated their skin as well. Clearly I have. We'll get us a week where I'll not have any technical hitches. We've got the sound, but not the not everything. Not everything will be right. We've always got to improve. So as you see, nearly a second separating the top 4, with Vinny a second behind that. Oh, and he has just closed that up a lot there. So just about a second in the top 5, which is going to be absolutely awesome for the race, as we unfortunately cut over to Vinny using that Hyundai as a lawnmower. And we're just trying to work out now. We did have Vader last week, who was absolutely flying. And forgive me if I get these guys mixed up, but he was in a Civic and he was untouchable. As we see a steely look there, we don't know if that's the same guy. I don't think it is. We'll swap over, as we're getting the steely looks of many a driver. I've just had one of my friends asking, Grobnik, what's that? Grobnik is a track in Croatia which recently has been host to sidecar championships. So there you go. It's also more of a MotoGP track between through the 90s, but that was more when it was Yugoslavia. Sorry, before the 90s. But still in use today, I believe. I could be wrong. It does happen. I'm not looking off Wikipedia as I'm seeing this stuff. So Kuntash, who is set a wee flyer there, quick fast second sector as well. This is one of these weird things about this game, is when you see people driving in cars which you cannot control. The Civic for me was an absolute nightmare, and last week and now looking at this week, the Civic is the car to be in. Half a second between first and second at the moment, but the track will get a wee bit more grip on it. The yellow flag meaning absolutely nothing to these guys during practice as they continue to plough on at death-defying speeds. Have a wee look further back. He's usually pretty quick, so we'll see how he gets on in the Golf. We'll take a wee on board with the mirror blocking all the view of the track. Yeah, there we go. That's quite a nice wee camera view. So we'll follow him round here and just see how he gets on round the track for a lap. So when he'll dive into the pits and we'll see how he's doing. This isn't a track that I've actually had a shot of myself. It's been described to me today as a Soviet Donington. So, and I'm personally a big fan of Donington, as I find it's quite a nice flowy track, and it does look like this one's got a lot of really fast but awkward turns. So it's really challenging for the folk as they go around. He just runs a wee bit wide into the left-hander there. Far off the pace at this point. Saifi and Allen are setting faster times. It looks like the track is speeding up quite a bit, so it'll be interesting to see how they get on for qualifying. See the car's just sliding around a bit, and those red hoops there, they are death by all accounts, because earlier on I saw somebody hitting one and it nearly just stopped the car completely. So there's not much of a bounce, just a stop, which hopefully nobody will catch while anyone's close. So hopefully we'll get an idea of his sector 2 time and see how he's comparing to the rest round here. you go, that's pretty decent. Like I said, it looks like the track is speeding up a fair bit. And we'll get another look at a Flat Earth Mom that's on track at the moment. Press the wrong button and get back to the pit lane. It's not just the drivers that are practicing at the moment, it's also the commentator. And if anyone's listening and fancies joining in some commentary next week, then you're more than welcome. Just get in touch with old Daniel Ricciardo, not the actual F1 driver, but the chap that is in charge of Assetto Friends, and let him know that you would be interested. So I wonder if he's going to get any faster. It's a better in-car view on the Seat there, just being able to see the inside of the car and the track. Somebody is off. Looks like one of the other Cupras. Taking a lot of curb. It's a really fast section there. Improving on his own times. Coming up towards the last couple of corners. It's got to be better than his last one. Oh, fastest last sector so far, which puts him in second there. And just absolutely intimidated that Civic off the track. Well, there's an Alpha that's a little bit out of control. He could do about that there. So we'll have a wee look further down the field, and yeah, there's an interesting and that is the Alpha that is trying to get to grips with the car and the track, which we've all been there, and some days it's easier than others. So there's only a couple of minutes left of practice, and then we'll be a minute and then into qualifying. At the moment, it's hard to tell who my money would be on, because we've got a fair mixed bag up front. We've got Alan in the Seat. We've also got a Civic which appears to be doing reverse donuts in the pit lane. The Seat of Flat Earth Mom, Zyphy and his Civic, Countach and his Civic as well, the Golf of Ben Hayes, Lantern and the Cupra, Renop and his, Rentup and his Hyundai. God, there's cars flying all over the place. Jets on Fire, who is in Peugeot. Vinny's Hyundai. The less said about this, the better. Cupra. The Audi. That's a Golf. Peugeot, I think, yeah, that's a Peugeot, just know that because it's so white. and the Alpha. I think we had 2 Alphas running last week, and it looks like we're just down to 1. I did like the BTCC pack, but the WRs, the W, the WTCRs are a lot harder to control, and I do find them a lot harder to control. Just a lot more understeery when they're going in. And somebody has just pointed out that you can see the badges next to the names of the folks, so it's right in front of me and I've missed it. Like I said, this is the time for the commentator to practice as well as the drivers. The quali will start in about 30, well, not 30 seconds, this session ends in 30 seconds, and the quali will start probably about a minute after that, so fingers crossed it'll be a good one. There's some tight times there, so flutter from home now into the 29s. Earlier on when they were practicing, there were a couple of drivers getting into 26s and 27s. Obviously race running pace will be different. Yes, we're carrying a bit more fuel and trying to look after the tyres as they go round, so let's hope it's a good one. And we'll see who is going to be first out. I think we have got just a couple of guys finishing up. Oh, there we go. There's the other Alpha there. This is gently coming into the pit lane. My God, no. Oh, I was about to say nobody's. Yeah. I've got the words. Yeah. Haunting the Croatian track. I don't know if he's maybe glitched out the game or quite what's happening, but it's definitely something. Definitely something. So we've just got Kuntas left on track, finishing his lap, and that'll be us. Practice finished, and on to qualifying. So just while we wait for qualifying to come up, we shall have a quick look at the scores from last week and just how the table stands. Unfortunately, I think I muted my mic. So we'll try and catch Zyphy, who is out first. And there should be a little bit more grip on the track now. Beautiful shot there as they come round through the fast left right, right left. I suppose it depends which way you're looking at it. And then what we'll do is when he comes round towards the finish, we will jump in car with him and watch him round his lap, or we will maybe jump in with somebody else. Maybe just felt the pressure there. Jets on Fire was just behind him, so we shall jump inside and follow him round. Peugeot is probably one of the best sounding of the cars. It sounds like it's going into hyperdrive constantly. And we should be looking for around about, I'd say a 126 for pole. Because he's just wide there. That's enough to invalidate his lap. Nobody behind him that's really kind of causing any issues there, so it's not like there's any pressure. He's getting that really loose. Just trying to sling that round to just get the next corner there. It's a real handful, but he's controlling it well. So the more time and more cars that are out on track, the more grip that's going to go down there, so it could be somebody late on that makes a real push for it. Imagine there'll be some guys just still doing some little tweaks to their cars just as they wait and see what happens with the track. So come round for a 130. So the timer has not stopped. Something has gone a little bit awry there, but it looks like other guys are setting laps, so Ben Hayes and Vinny has managed to set and getting into the 130s, which is a good start. Getting them on the board. It does look like he's taking a little bit easy coming back around there. So get on board with Countach is just trying to work out who he is on the track. And we should start seeing some of the drivers getting just a little bit faster. This is bad when the commentator's just watching what's going on rather than talking, isn't it? Just trying to see what they're going to do. I know some of the guys are really quick around here, so it's going to be really interesting. You can see how unsettled the cars are getting around here. It's quite a bumpy track, and it's just finding these right lines, just getting around and just tucking it in. Hopefully it's going to settle, but again it looks like, I don't know if my timing's gone a bit Do I like? Oh, perfect. It's actually recording. Perfect. So we're under the 130. I think that's a time that will be beaten. I'm not saying it confidently, but I'm saying it. I should have said it more confidently. And even Flat Earth Mom, I think that time is going to go. Yep, this is in Grobnik, round 8. Thanks for tuning in. Yes, the WTCR mods. I've just had somebody saying that my mic is a little bit quiet. Can somebody in the chat just say if it's good or bad? I'm just trying to keep it away so that you're not getting the annoying clicks of the microphone. Perfect. Cheers, guys. Alan is so close to Flat Earth Bomb there for second place, and this looks like this one could be pretty. Oh, actually, really far down in second. He's just pushing so hard. Just pushing it just a little bit wide there, so. And just improving slightly on his first place. As we're coming through all this traffic, this is looking like it could be quite spicy. Get out of the car for this. Good first sector. Up on his time. Hopefully I'll not catch that Civic in front of him. There's a bit of a train there, so anyone that's trying to set a fast lap could be compromised slightly. As one of the hind guys just pulls over to let that train go by. And he's still up on his own time there. You can see how much the car is understeering through there. He's not lost too much time. Just following him across the finish. Is it going to be enough for first place? Oh, and it is! Just! I think at the moment I was being a wee bit optimistic with the 127s and 126s. Don't seem to be getting produced at the moment. I wonder if we'll see that towards the end of the race, but with the weights coming down, the tyre pressures, tyre wears kind of going up, it'll probably kind of, I don't think we will see them going that quick. It's James and the Honda Civic there, really pushing the limits of the track. Not far off their own personal times in Sector 1. They're up a little bit. This could just be enough to improve up into the second place. Flat Earth Mom not one to give up without a fight either though, so... Oh, closing up so much on that Golf, is that going to compromise them at all? Or will they get a little bit of that toe? Oh, and I've... Oh, where did that come from? Cruelas down into the 29.5, so that's really mixed things up as qualifying is over, so this is the time to put in that lap. I think some of the guys have just gone back to the pits already. Flat Earth Mom in the pits. Lipsaz, not even setting a time. Is he going to fight all the way through the field for a win? Still not much between the top 6 there. We've got 2 drivers on identical times, Ben Hayes and Zaife in the Civic. In fact, really, the top 9 are within a second of each other, so all can really happen at the start. I think there's just a few left across the line. I wonder if there'll be any changes. Zaife up into second place as he hops, skips over the grass there. So we'll just go back to the scores just so you can have a wee look. That's just from last week. Oh, we've got some absolutely super fan for Pure Energy. Hopefully they'll be able to do IGMGT. So what we'll need to do is, when the race is about to start, unfortunately I will be placed on the grid, so I will need to try and skip off to the side. Oh, stand by for Titan. He is a Pure Energy driver. Oh, nice. Oh, see, I didn't realise you had a whole team thing that's going on. Perfect, as we've just got another 10 seconds just before the race is starting ready to get started. Lipsaz has got some problems with his internet connection, so he's just having a bit of a nightmare. That makes explain the crazy ghosting. So we will take you back to the grid. As things are just about to get underway, so if you just bear with me, like I said, when the race does start I'll try and quickly switch back over to turn 1 so that we don't miss any of the action. Just trying to make sure the stream is on, and then hopefully this will just take me straight to the pits if I don't ready up in time, and then we can quickly snap onto one of the drivers at the front and get a nice aerial view, and we'll all be hoping for a clean race ish. Come on. And we did have a yellow flag there. It's just having to wait for the sideboard there to come up. It looks like we've got the Audi of Novak. Sorry, the Audi of Graysner and Novak of Golf. God damn it. Yep, there was an accident at turn 1. They were right. Oh, and that Alpha is just forcing his way through there. Oh, some absolute carnage, which will probably result in... Oh, I think there probably will be a review, as that's knocked Contash all the way back down into 17th place. Not the start that anybody like that was expecting. Lipsaz capitalising. fighting his way back through the field, trying to avoid all the mischief that's been going on. Now, I did see another Hyundai that was involved there. I don't know if it was Vinny. But this will certainly make things interesting as he starts fighting back through the field. Absolutely nothing in it for first place there. And we'll just try and keep an eye on the times, and just whoever's getting quite close, we'll keep on switching backwards and forwards. Just switch over to the gaps. And hopefully that'll help us out. As you can see, there's so much switching of position at the moment. Flat Earth Bomb just dropping back a little bit. And I think as they find a groove, some of the faster drivers will start catching up and cutting their way through some of them, but it does look like everyone's kind of finding a decent kind of pace. I just see it looking like he was about to make a move, and it looks like he has. And Vinny getting passed there by Lantern. Some furious headlight flashing there from Flat Earth Mom. Hopefully the racing's been clean. This Flat Earth Mom is making a move on the inside, and the door is getting shut on him. And a spin. And that has pushed him back into third place, possibly even fourth. As Alan is all over the back of him, and you can see how hungry the other drivers are behind there. They smell the weakness. They're still showing a yellow flag, which will hopefully not be because of me being in the pits. And I know I can't just be a spectator, Dave. Thanks, pal. We'll just have a wee quick look at the real-time gaps and just see how close some of the folk are. The Flat Earth Mom will just be having to put that little spin out his head and just focus on just getting that time back. This grass extends his lead. Ben Hayes pushing to try and catch up on the driver in front. It does look like he's closing up on that Hyundai. I don't know if it'll be enough this lap. You can see how close he's getting under braking. That Hyundai quick on the power, but not quick enough, as he does look like he's closing up. As he takes too much curb and it's sent him wide. We're going to see a move. Yes, we are. Round the outside. He's not made it stick. Is it enough to still get the drive? Oh, and the Hyundai's taking an interesting line over the curb there. It's yeah, it's a tricky track. Ben Hayes will be a little bit annoyed that Hyundai's still got the position in front despite taking that off-road approach. Hopefully we'll be able to see him pushing up and pushing through as Flat Earth Bomb is making challenges for second place. Oh, getting really close to that back quarter. Oh! Now, I don't think they touched. but I could be wrong. It looked very, very close. I think the race incidents after this race will be fairly fairly busy, much like last week. Because we're 4 laps in and just 23 minutes to go. Just trying to have a wee look at how they're all doing. So Cruella's still out in front, still extending his lead. Flat Earth Mom still in hot pursuit. Still a long time to go. Hopefully there'll not be any wee mistakes or anything like that. Ben Hayes is lost out. The Lipsas there. Obviously the Ouija board that he was using before the race and summoning all the spirits is paying off as he's up into 6th place. Closing down another Hyundai in front of him. Really taking that tidy through there. We've got a battle going on between Novak, who was put out right at the start, and Jens and the Civic. Hopefully he's not carrying any damage there. And Vinny just plodding along. He's just in a wee kind of bubble by himself there, keeping that social distance. Look like he is catching up on Kuntas in front. Kuntas, who is one of the faster drivers, qualified quite far up the grid. Kuntas really closing down on that, on Jets on fire. So maybe seeing a wee move. His Flat Earth Mom has taken a second out of the leader. So he has got the bit in his teeth and he is really going for it. There you go, his last lap was a second faster than first place. As we've got the leader that's in the 131s and everyone else is getting into the 130s. So, in fact, Jens has just set the fastest lap of the race, 129. Hopefully we shall see things starting to get a little bit spicy as Lipsas is caught up onto 5th place. Oh no, Ben Hayes has managed to get his position back there. Lipsas will be summoning that ghost that he had earlier on and trying to get that position back. Looks like a bit of a train going through there. Mom still taking time out of first place. I don't think they're going to make it easy to pass. Steely look from Ben Hayes inside. He's eyeing up the inside, but I think that would be a little bit of a dive down there. Not needing any memes made up this week. There we go, we're getting into the 128s now. That's Flat Earth Mom. Fastest lap of the race so far. Down to 1.8 gap between first place. Down in 17th we've got a bit of a hunt going on as well, as he's just trying to get up into 16th. Fire. It's a move. Nice start out that. Peugeot does look a handful, but it does look like it's just trying to take a bit more of the corner and get that run out. I think there's a lot of action happening now as Jens is catching up on their teammate. Is their team orders, will they let them through? Or will it be a kind of Hamilton Bottas situation where, you know, they get on but Ben Hayes is up and Lipsas is dropping back just a little bit from there. Rentup is taking his position back. It's really, really tight up front. Now this could make things a bit awkward going into turn 1. Ben Hayes really committing to that corner there. Made sure that he stamped his authority on that. There is absolutely nothing there between 4th and 5th. As we've got 5 drivers there fighting for position. He's just dropping back a wee bit. He's probably dropping back because he's having to defend his lines into the corners. As Ben's on the hunt as he's looking round even the outside, desperate to get past. This is now letting Rentup to have a wee look at Ben Hayes as well. There's Lipsas is having a wee look and he's going up the inside. A little bit of contact. Hopefully nothing too major. I think... Oh, we're so tight. Get out of the car. So tight coming up the start finish straight. Oh, and he's lost 2 positions there, and Benny's running wide. And he's lost his position back as well. Lipsas just kind of having a lipsy, having a wee look just from the back there. Flat Earth Mum just taking a little bit more out of first place. Not quite within a second yet, but he's just slowly reeling them in. And we have had a retirement for Jens. We'll find out what happened there later on. He also really got really close to the driver in front. And Saifi closing up on Vinny. Vinny's just locking up. I think we're going to have to go back to the battle for 5th place, as this seems to be where all the action's happening at the moment. As Alpha is lost out quite a lot in the last lap. With just under 15 minutes to go, I think anything could happen. No, within reasons. And, you know, that was a swift move up the inside, just forcing him to run a bit wide there. This is really, really good stuff. And Alan, who is just kind of pottering along, minding his own business to a certain extent, but Ben Hayes is going to be closing up quickly. As you can see, that 1.8 lead is coming down slowly, and there is now a little bit of a gap between some of the cars. Alpha must have had a wee slip up. He's down in 7th. Kuntas now hunting him down as well. He'll be wanting to just kind of forget about the last few laps and hopefully just get back into a nice rhythm. Time's getting a lot faster up front as well, as Kuntas is a 1:27.8 and Flathead Mom with a 1:27.5. Oh no, 1:28.5. Apologies. We're not there yet. Desperate for these 27s to start appear. But that's him now within 0.8. He got to in that corner. And he's just breaking that second. You can tell he's just really, really wanting them. Pushing hard this lap. He might just be trying to get that Alpha just to make a little bit of a mistake and just to take advantage, but that Alpha's not going to make it easy to pass. So we're just right on board. It's really closed up. So all it takes is just a couple of corners just to go awry, just to lose that time. So we'll keep watching round here and big lock up. Not really sure if he's going to be able to make his move, but I think most of the overtakes we've seen have just been at the end of the start-finish straight. As they both run just slightly wide there. Yeah, they'll both be worried that they make a wee bit of mistake. They do have a bit of time. This third place is nearly 10 seconds behind now. Ben Hayes is still catching up on Alan in third place. He's within a second now. Really pushing hard. I don't know if we'll get to see a move. Brave move round outside. Is he going to get the switch back? Get the drive out the corner? He's really set himself up nicely. Like I said, the Alpha's not going to make it easy. And he's keeping that inside. Interesting. Oh, contact! Outrageous stuff! I didn't realise we were in a public lobby. So, rather than just losing one position, Kulas is down in 4th. And it's allowed Alan and Ben Hayes to onto the podium. Now I do wonder if they see Flathead Mom up ahead and the possibility that it might have some damages, this will spur them on to try and capitalise on his weakness. As you can see them, looks like they're slowly disappearing, unfortunately. I don't quite know what happened there, if it was a bit of net code or what, but I said it's going to be a busy race incidents after this race. If you're watching this but not part of the Discord, then definitely get joined in on that, as it's a good community. Gentle ribbons every week. Ben Hayes pushing faster and faster. really wanting that second position now. Lipsaz still just on the back of Tip, and he's just passed them. We just missed it. Yeah, will he be able to keep this position as he's absolutely seems to be doing pretty well from further back in the field from the start. And Kuntas taking Roundtop taking a wider line through there. He's all over the back of him. Desperate to get that position back. Looks like Krulas is now just falling back from the leaders a wee bit, as the leaders are all quite tightly bunched up. I don't think they can quite believe their luck and Flat F1's misfortune to end up just in this tight a battle with just about 7 minutes to go here at Grobnik. Krulas putting a slightly faster lap in than the top three, not giving up. Alan really closing up on Flat F1 now. I don't quite know if it'll be enough. We're being treated to the blimp for a brief second. Now again, much like the Krulas, Flat F1 will not make it easy for Alan to get by either. It'll feel like Flat F1's see it is a lot wider than his own. As he's just trying to just drift wide and just take more of the run through that second part of the corner. He has just gained a little bit of time. Not a huge amount. Nope. I thought he had got that a better run out of there. Alan setting a faster time though. Vinny down in 14th, overtaken by Novak, who had a really unfortunate start there. Alan is all over the back of Flat Earth Mom. Don't know if it looks like he's just ran wide there, but likewise it could just be a little bit of a jerky stream. And they are coming up to one of the back markers who will hopefully just move out the way and just let them get by. Will hopefully just stay a wee bit wide, which he has. Trying to make sure. Ben Hayes has managed to get up into second place. What happened to Alan? This could be a bit tricky coming into turn one. He's taking a... Oh! He's just managing to wrestle that golf round that corner there. I think whatever shenanigans was happening, it's allowed Flat F1 just to get a bit of little bit of a reprieve, some breathing room there. Just further back, we've got Kuntas on the back of Lantern there, Flat F1's teammate. just desperately trying to get past them there, but it's just not happening. Really pushing. Corrales looks like he's still pushing. He's just within a second of Alan now. With just about 3 minutes to go. Is there going to be enough time to get on that podium? His flat Earth Mum has just found some speed from somewhere and is now a second and a half in front of second place. Alan could have smelt the victory, the top step, and he's down in third place now and being hunted. Is this a move? I think he's been a bit sensible there. As Ben Hayes has gone wide! Oh, what a shame. He's been driving really well with that Golf. Allowing Corrales to come back there. He might be able to get his third position back. The tyres might just be getting kind of a little bit on the worn side. And he's definitely faster there. We have had another dropout, unfortunately, for Countach. Hopefully there'll not be a big lunge from either of them, because it doesn't look like there's much between Corrales and Alan either. Big lock up in there. Ben Hayes just drifting wide. But it's allowed them to get a decent run. And you can just see the time coming down. And then going back up again. And he's all over the back of him. We've already seen how hard that Alpha is to get by. Let's hope that that doesn't happen again if he does get in a position where he can make an overtake. Oh, and he's going wide. Oh. A lot of rubbing there. Oh, and he kind of mucked himself up a wee bit there. Just going out into the grass. 30 seconds to go. Are we going to have enough time for another lap? Some real exciting stuff just in the last closing seconds. I think this will be it. Unless he gets some sort of jet boost. Is Ben Hayes going to make a move in the dying seconds of the race? No, I think that's it. So we have Flat Earth Mum first. Oh no! Race is over yet. Sorry, I thought the race was still going. Alan second, Corrales third, he's fourth, Lipsis fifth, Fajor sixth, Darby seventh, went up, Jets on fire, Zepsi, Lantern, Novak coming through in 10th. Lantern, Novak in 12th, Vinny in unlucky 13th, and Greisner still with a little bit to go, just coming around the final corner in 14th, and hopefully we shall have. Looks like somebody is standing by at the side of the track. and he's just going straight into the pits there for his last lap. So some interesting racing there. Definitely some things that will be getting reviewed, like I said. I think the first lap and when Fly Off Mom came together with Cross. But all in all, an exciting race. I think what we expect from these ones, a little bit of rubbing, which is usually fine, but I think there was some that was a bit non-consensual there as well, so I think there will be some comments later on. So I'd just like to take the time to thank Assetto friends for letting me broadcast again, and for the drivers for putting on a great race. And it's good night from myself, Tommy Ball.